Welcome to the first episode of our series, Building a Tiny Cob House. In this episode, we're choosing and clearing the site for building our house, and we'll show you the materials that will go into it. We're both very excited to have you here, so please, sit back and enjoy. This is Earth and Above.
So we're gonna start clearing the site, which is already in quite a good condition. We're gonna start removing roots and branches that are lying around. We've already started playing around with the soil, trying to figure out if it's a good soil for what we would like to do. But for today we're gonna maybe do some leveling, clearing up, removing some plants, and yeah.
Here in the middle, where you see the branch, this is approximately where we're going to build the house.
We have worked out the position of the house on the site, and it has a bit of a triangular shape, or more like round but with pinched sides, 3 pinched sides. And we laid it out on the site in different ways, and we thought that this was the best way that it could sit, with the entrance on the northwest side, and a window where the sun would shine from at around 6 p.m. And there's probably going to be more windows, but a lot of the decisions that we'll make about the design will come in later on, not right now. So they will probably keep on changing. But this is the rough size and shape of the house that we're going to build.
Now we want to show you where the sun will hit onto our site. It's about 11 a.m. right now, and the sun sets towards the east, where it will fall onto our site. Throughout the day, it will reach its highest point in the south. Coming to the end of the day, the sun will shine through that hole between the trees into our house, giving us some more heat and beautiful light. The entrance to the house will be facing north, which is also where the entrance to the site is. Now we're going to talk about the materials that will go into building our house. In the next video, Federica will cover how we want to use these materials for building the different parts of the house, such as the foundation, walls, ceiling, and roof.
We're going to start from the bottom, the trench, and then all the way to the top, which is the roof. We're going to probably use this material, rubble from the ruin, which is where we're currently at, and we're going to transport it all the way to the forest, partly by hand. And let's take a look at the other materials. So for the pony wall, we found some rocks in the field. They need to be quite big, and it wasn't so easy to find a lot of big rocks, but some of them we did manage to get from there. Although in the end, most of them will come from a ruin in a forest nearby. We will need to find someone that helps us bring them here though. This is earth. It's the main ingredient that we're going to use for our cob walls and cob floors. Cob is a mix of straw, clay, sand and water. And the mix that we have here is already a good ratio between the sand and the clay. So we're good to go. some logs that we cut to go inside the wall. It's called cordwood. These are some cordwood pieces that we cut that will go inside the wall and make it so we don't have to produce as much cob. Wood also has some good insulating properties, and which is really helpful since cob is not very good insulator. We had to cut them at different lengths because the wall tapers towards the top.
These are the pallets that we got from a friend of ours. They just had them laying around basically, and we got this whole delivery for 20 euros. And the pallets are more or less 1.50 meters by 1.50 meters. And we're taking them apart with a, how do you call that even? Electric saw and a chisel. And we're taking out the nails partly. If they're deeper in the wood, we're just gonna grind it off with a bad sander, and we're gonna be using it for different parts of the house, such as the roof and the loft.
This is the wood that we collected for the roof and for the loft. We collected it from our forest, and it's a tree called black locust, which is a very strong hardwood. And we were really lucky because we didn't really know what we were doing when we got it. We were advised to dry it in such a way that it would be shielded from the rain, but that there would still be air flowing through and helping the drying process. So these are the canes that we collected for the Sicilian roof that we're going to do. We collected them back in February, and then we bunched them up and leaned them against the wall under a roof to dry for a year. When we collected them, they were still a little bit green, and by the time they will be dry, they will be a nice, light sort of brown. On top of the canes, we're going to put roof tiles that we got from the ruin nearby, and we're probably going to put some insulation in between, probably sheep's wool. We can go take a look at the roof tiles that we got. So these are the roof tiles that we collected to go on top of the Sicilian roof. And when we collected them, we realized that there were two different types, some old ones handmade and some industrially made ones. We were told by local people that the old ones are actually more water resistant, so we'll have to place them on the roof accordingly. And this is the last thing that we're going to talk about in the material video. Next, we will talk about the design and how we bring all of these materials together for our cob house.
Thank you so much for watching our videos. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, show us by giving us a thumbs up, leaving a comment, or subscribing to our channel, Earth and Above. Show your support by sharing our videos with your friends and family. It means a lot to us. Until then, see you in the next episode.